Hello, this is Retro Bear speaking to you from the confines of the game room. Hi again, welcome to the channel. If you are a first time viewer, then welcome aboard. Do feel free to check out the previous videos and get an idea of what my channel is all about. If you do like what you see, please feel free to subscribe, to like, to tick that bell for notifications and new videos, and also leave a comment, because it's always good to hear what you have to say about what I'm doing, and that at least gives me some pointers in the right direction. Now, for those of you who were, shall we say, unfortunate enough to see my earlier attempt at splicing together some random PlayStation 2 footage, and the fact that everything seemed to fail miserably, a key point for those of you who are starting out: always check your videos before you upload them. It was a bit of a disaster, so what I'm trying to do now is make amends for that by posting something completely different. And this is some footage I recorded quite some time ago, which I haven't got round to putting on. What I'm going to be doing today is sort of 3 games for you. The first one, which you can see here, is Alex Kidd in Shinobi World. I'll get to the others shortly, which will be Alien Syndrome and Alien Syndrome and Aladdin, which of course is one of my all-time favourite platforming games. What I'm playing here, as I said, is Alex Kidd in Shinobi World. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with gaming history, Alex Kidd was Sega's sort of big platforming hero before Sonic the Hedgehog came along and completely changed the platforming genre, as it were. It took platforming game to a completely new level, including fantastic 16-bit graphics and also cracking gameplay, and the 8-bit versions themselves are actually pretty damn good as well. As you can see, I'm completely terrible at playing this game. And I would love to give a shout out to my friend Retro Dude, who's already put a video gameplay of this up on his channel, and he's far superior at it than I am. Yes, so Alex Kidd in Shinobi World, which sort of died at a time, 2 really popular Sega franchises at the time. This one, Alex Kidd, which is basically a fantasy sort of platforming genre, and also Shinobi, which is completely different in the fact it's got lots more shurikens and giant swords and rescuing children. Also by Sega, and was a platform in nature, but completely different there. And the idea here was trying to mash the two together and basically come up with a game which I'm completely terrible at. I'm not sure whether I got the setting completely right on this one. As you can see, it's a really colourful looking game, and it's a very simple premise. You sort of move from left to right, destroying all the ninjas and people who throw swords at you, just for example there, to the idea to get to the end of the level and then move on. There's various sort of power-ups and health to pick up along the way. If you've ever played a platform game, this is platforming 101. Couldn't get any more simple and straightforward than this, even though I am failing miserably. Now, Alex Kidd sort of disappeared from view not so long after this. There was Alex Kidd in Miracle World, Alex Kidd in Lego. No, it wasn't Lego World, was it? No, that's just made that one up completely. A number of Alex Kidd games. Some of them originally came built in with the Sega Master System until Sonic came along and pushed him out. And more or less now, Alex Kidd is very much a forgotten character, although he does have an important footnote in the gaming history, in the fact that had Sonic not come along, we probably would have been playing Alex Kidd Mania, or Alex Kidd Forces, or Alex Kidd Generations. Maybe we wouldn't be, I don't know. It's all speculation as to what could happen. He's not exactly the most likeable of characters. He's got giant ears for a start. Not that that's a prerequisite for being a bad platforming character. It just, I don't know, looks kind of silly really now. I don't know whether he's trying to do a Mr. Spock tribute. Maybe not, I don't know. I'm not doing very well here, so you're not going to see an awful lot of the game. I do at some point get to the next stage, which we'll keep watching here. I just simply haven't got the grasp of it. Bear in mind, this was the first time I actually played this game, and at the moment it's also the last time I played this game. As you can get a bit further along here. Now I'm just not very. There we go. End of the. And then see the idea. Get to the end of the screen, and then you move on to the next bit, which is round 1.2. I think Mario sort of set the standard with that World 1, Level 2 or something like that. So this one here, a bit more of climbing up the old ladders bits here to get to the top. Again, moving through and keeping all the ninjas at bay. I must be honest with you, if I'd put a bit more time into this and actually taken a bit more care and attention, I'd quite have actually sat down and played this a bit more. In fact, it's quite a good game. I said, if you watch Retro Dude's channel, he puts a really good effort into this, which is far more than I'm doing here. And as you can see, game over already. And use to continue, but we have to do it. Oh, right back at the blooming start. There we go. Terrible, terrible gameplay. Why record something like this when I'm not particularly good at it? I don't know. It just gives you an idea of what it's all about. It's a very sort of straightforward platform, and the controls are quite good. There's no sort of floaty platforming or sort of skiddy controls or anything like that. It controls very well. It's made a lot easier by other people, put it that way. I'm making it far more difficult than it needs to be. What I'm doing, yes, I need to jump up there and then jump onto the box, which is down the other side. And then once again over the top. There we go. I mean, it's the idea to just jump over them and keep going. No, I'm going to go. See, if I walked and carried on there, I'd have made. Oh, hello. I can go. There's nothing up there though. Was there anything up there? I have no idea. Perhaps there was. Perhaps there's some sort of secret bit I've missed out on completely. The idea, obviously, is not to walk into the enemies; is to kill them first, so you don't end up dying. I'm also quite interested to know that this is sort of set in the city, which is very much the sort of Shinobi setting. It is Shinobi World, of course. Whereas the other Alex Kidd games are more fantasy based, more sort of fantasy world. I don't remember Retro Do coming across as many enemies as I've done. Like I said, I'm not sure quite what setting I've got this on, whether there are any settings or not, I don't know, but he seemed to make it a lot more easier than I have done on this one. It's a bit weird, isn't it, really? Dead again. There we go. So what have I gathered from this? Well, the fact is I'm not very good at it. That's probably not great going, is it? Ah, dear me. But, you know, I have a lot of love for the Master System, and this is one of the great appeals of the system. The fact the games look as cute as this and colourful and bright, and that's exactly what you want from a game. As I said, the controls are pretty spot on, to be honest with you. There we go. I'm going to listen to my own advice here and jump over the enemies. I'm going to get now. I'm going to keep going. No. What am I going to? What do I? Oh, do I want to knock that power off? There we go. Get the heart, and the one that we can avoid Grasshopper Man. There we go. I've got to go up there. Ah, there we go. Much easier. 25 goes at it, and you're beginning to grasp of how easy it can be. See, just jump over them. Don't do that. Oh, I'm not going to reach it. Just keep running. Run. And just come out of nowhere. There we go. Another one. Here he comes. Here, that's it. Wallop him over the top there. Avoid the bullets at the top. There we go. Bit choppy there. But one more. Oh, he's throwing shurikens at me. I'm pretty sure you can deflect the shurikens back at them. I think if you sort of use the sword, you can knock them back and sort of deflect them. That I may have made that up. I don't know. It's very difficult to sort of try and remember when you played it about months and months ago and you can't remember what you're doing. There we go. And oh, another death. Oh dear. Right, well I think probably on that score it's maybe best to try and move on to the next game on my list today, which is let's see if we can get this one up. There we go. So let's move on from Alex Kidd in Shinobi World and put that to one side and just try and forget what happened there and move on to Alex Kidd in Shinobi. Why is that there again? Oh dear. Excuse me one moment. I just need to go and remove that and then see if I can. There we go. On to Alien Syndrome. Yeah, I'm really struggling to try and work out what I'm meant to be doing here. There we go. Alien Syndrome. So this was an arcade game which got converted to pretty much every single home format in itself. Alex Kidd was a Master System exclusive. There was possibly a Mega Drive versions of some of those games, but this is one that was a big arcade game back in the day and got converted to pretty much every sort of major home format. Primarily when I'm talking formats, I'm talking the tape games for Spectrum, Commodore. I'm pretty sure also there were 16-bit versions of this as well. And indeed, many years later, for some bizarre reason, there's a version on the Wii, which is completely different to this. And it's very much in the style of sort of the Alien films, where you've got to go around and you can see the aliens themselves are sort of got those giant heads, which sort of become very synonymous with the films. I'm not entirely sure what I'm meant to be doing here, shooting these green things on the floor. I think probably they're alien spawning points, but as you can see, there's two different sorts. There's red and there's blue. There's also different weapons to pick up. As you can see, I've picked up a laser there, which is quite useful because it's much more powerful than the little gun I was using beforehand. There we go, knock a few of those off, and you've got to go around this sort of level. It's like a maze, and try and find the exit, but at the same time you've got to try and, I think, rescue all the prisoners. There's one down the bottom there. I'm just about to pick that one up. There we go, nicely done. And straight in and straight out again. I've missed the thing in the top right hand corner there. But this is sort of the whole genre back in the day, sort of like remembering where you're going. It's sort of a bit like Gauntlet, I suppose, if any of you played Gauntlet, dungeon games, which are far more difficult than this one. But the idea is to sort of go around and remember where you've been and where you've got to go. And if you can do that, then, you know, Bob's your uncle, you're going to have a bit of a field day on this one. Playing this game back when I did a few months ago, I really enjoyed it. Again, I'd like to probably put a bit more time into it than I did then. I only sort of put 10 minutes of footage on here. But it really was quite good, and I think, again, if I could sit down and play a bit more of it, I'd quite happily do so. But the idea is not to walk in the aliens as I've done there. And there's a bomb going off as well. It says, if you notice, it says bomb set, so you've got to try and find all the bits and pieces in the level. I can see I've lost my big weapon. I'm back down to this silly little piddly gun here. Pick that prisoner up there, move on to the next one. There's another one there as well. Pick that up. Ah, oh, flamethrower. Ah, what? Some very strange collision detection on this game as well. I've just noticed that. In a way, sort of saying that's a bit of a cheap death, really. Yes, it is, but it might just be down to my gameplay. This, after all, is only, oh god, there we go. Another one. Oh, game over. There we go. You can see it's quite an old game. The old Sega Mark III comes up to start with, rather than the blue Sega logo. So you get an idea of how old this game is. And we're back to the start. So I'm going to do this all again and going through. But I can thoroughly recommend this game. It really was quite an enjoyable thing to go through. And like I said, if I had the opportunity to go back and play it again, I certainly would do without any hesitation and put a bit more time into it and actually get a bit better at it. So yeah, so that's Alien Syndrome, which is a really enjoyable game, no doubt about it. And again, I can thoroughly recommend it. You can see there the exit sign just comes up, so I'm going to make sure I've got everything sorted out before that opens, and then I can get out. But again, as you can see, I've walked into another alien. That's really not the idea, is it? So let's see if we can move on to another game for you. And I did say I was going to be doing Aladdin. As you can see, I'm using an Xbox emulator, which I've had for many years. It's my original Xbox I'm playing these on. And that I've chipped it. I've actually many years ago, the soldering iron put a chip into it, which enabled me to run an emulator through it, which I've done on many occasions. But it also means I can play, shall we say, not official games. But I don't do that anymore. Now, that was back in the day. I'm more inclined to sort of put an original disc in, and I don't do that now. I could quite easily fill gaps in my collection, but I'm not going to. So what we have here now is Aladdin. Now, I've sort of, people who leave comments about games and things, games they played and all sorts of things like that. I've always said that Aladdin is one of the very best examples of a platform game, and coming from about the mid-90s, as you can see, 1994 there when the film came out, which of course blew us away with all the wonderful animation it had as well. I mean, that was when Disney were absolutely at their peak of their powers. They sort of rediscovered their mojo with computer generated graphics and the ability to use well-known personalities as strong voices with good characters. And Aladdin is no exception to that. It is an exceptionally good game. The 16-bit versions probably will attract more attention because of how good they are. The Mega Drive version, which I own, and the Super Nintendo version, slightly different in what they set out to achieve, but they're fundamentally still very much at the heart the same sort of thing. The Amiga version is an absolute thing of beauty to look at. If you can sort of track that down, I would thoroughly recommend a good look at it. Now, obviously means I'm talking about versions which are far more sort of superiorly powered to this one. This is not to say that this game is a particularly bad game. It looks absolutely brilliant. It also fully recaptures what it's like to be chased by a man with a giant hat, as you're running around in a waistcoat with no shirt and your pantaloons flapping in the air. this game obviously is different to the 16-bit versions in the fact that the 16-bit versions had more in a way of jumping around. This is really sort of not say a time attack, but get to the end of the the end of the screen, isn't it? Because the idea is you keep going until the very end, until you reach it, and then you move on to the next level by avoiding the man chasing you with jumping jumping over all these objects that are being thrown at you or appear out of absolutely nowhere, like that hole there which I've just fallen down to perfectly illustrate my example. Again, I'm not particularly good at this, as you can probably tell. I am going to sort of blame the slight delay on the controllers and the computer not working correctly in sync as they should do. However, I've now sorted that problem out, so hopefully going forward I shouldn't have these problems. It is lovely to look at, and the music as well, even though it's only the 8-bit version. Again, it all sort of fits really, really nicely. So it puts together in a complete package of just how good this is. Oh, I'm getting quite far now, aren't I? Keep going, you fool. Keep going. Over. Run, jump. Where is he coming from? Blimey. Has he been taking some sort of steroids over that hole there? This is really good. This is really good. Oh, he's gone down again. Over the barrel. Yes, keep going. Duck. No. Keep going. Oh, no. I've just... Oh, there we are. Pick an apple up. 2.5 life bars that don't keep tripping over everything. It's like the 100 metres hurdles at school. Just basically hit everything and keep going. Over there. Oh, I might make it. He's in the clear. Yes, he's in the clear. Fantastic. Aladdin wins the 100 metres for men with funny trousers. Yeah, I was quite impressed with that. See, a bit of practice and you know exactly what you're doing. This was the first time I've actually played this version, which you probably could have told by the amount of stupid deaths to start with. So I was quite impressed with that. Now I've got a little bit of a story going on here. I'm not sure whether this follows the film because I've only seen bits of the film. Yes, that's rather embarrassing really, isn't it? You talk about a game of film. What's the game like? Is it anywhere near the film? Well, it looks like the film-ish, I suppose. If it was sort of made in an 8-bit version graphically, then that's what it would. Now, second level is pretty much exactly the same as the first. You're running from left to right. And... oh, control stutters there. And... oh, off the edge of the building to certain death. Don't worry, I'll have another go. Oh no, I can't. I'll have to start again. No, okay, we can use the continue. There we go. So as you can see, he's now got, I presume that's Princess Jasmine, who always looks that good first thing in the morning. Oh no, there we go. Again, fallen to certain death. There's no magic carpet here to save me, which would be nice if it was, because then I wouldn't keep dying all the time. Let's try another go, shall we? I mean, it's beautiful to look at, isn't it? I mean, there's lovely sort of backgrounds. The cartoony style of the film is there, no doubt about it. Can we do it this time? Yes, we're over. Oh, we've hit the barrel again. Yeah, over there we go. Another barrel. Oh, trip over the barrel. Oh, another. Oh, God. Yeah. Yep, absolutely terrible. I think I do at some point get to the end of this. I'm quite hoping I do, because it could be a really long video, just me talking over it. In terms of the controls, very, very straightforward. It's just jumping at the right time, so which I seem to be failing to do. She's not doing any better. You don't see her fall down. She's right behind me, and she knows exactly what's going to happen. If I fall, she's going to fall. Keep going, right. But yeah, I mean, it's fun to play. I mean, you've got to keep going back, and I'm not the sort of... I'm one of these people who... oh, there we go, again. One of these people who continually dies. Now... I'm one of these people who enjoys sort of keep going and keep going. If a game really does annoy me, I will just sort of, what's the word they use now? Rage quit, isn't it? That's been going around for quite some time. I think that started with things like Call of Duty online. I remember playing Modern Warfare and getting shot all the time in online mode and basically sort of quitting in a rage, which wasn't great. But I would have packed this in long before now if it was sort of getting to the point where it was really annoying me. But just like I did in the first level, I hit a nice little purple patch here, and all of a sudden everything's alright again. Oh, if I could just stop hitting the barrels, because obviously I have a life meter at the top. But it looks like, there we go, got to the end of that one as well. So it didn't take me that long, just 45 continues to get there. And once again we have one of these lovely cutscenes. Oh, see, now I could have used that on earlier, couldn't I? I could have used that and got over it. he needs that pole. Don't seem to know how dangerous Agrabah can be. Well, I do, because it's full of barrels, men with giant hats, and people throwing pots at you. If I'd had that stick earlier, I could have made it a lot easier. I'm a fast learner. I am, because I realised that by hitting all the barrels, I'm not going to get to the end of the level, and now she's run off, which again is a common occurrence. I'm not sure why. And then they sit beautifully watching over this wonderful sunset, and again it's nicely put together. So that's Aladdin, which I can thoroughly recommend if you haven't got Aladdin. I would certainly recommend picking it up if you can, because it's quite a fun game to play. Let's move on to something else then. Now let's move on to another film related tie-in, and this is Batman Returns. Now probably the best of the Tim Burton Batmans, I'm guessing. I'm not sure how you stand on the first one. I thought that was alright. A lot of people didn't like it. This one obviously has got the all-star cast. It's got Keaton, it's got DeVito, it's got Pfeiffer, it's got Walker, and there's probably other people in there I can't remember that sort of spring to mind. Could come later. I never played a game of this film before. I previously played Batman the movie on the Amiga, so this again is me playing this for the first time, trying to work out what I'm meant to be doing. That's some sort of batarang, and it all seems a bit easy at this point, but you can see I've got bat things up there which I can't seem to get to. I think that's probably a platform I can't reach there. I may have to sort of find a way of getting up there at some point. We'll just keep going for now, see how we get on with it. It looks, I mean, Batman looks really, really good. I think that's a really good looking character. It's you got the cape when you jump, which sort of animates itself when you drop down again, just a bit too far away. Oh, there we go. He looks like Batman, that's for sure. I can't remember these particular enemies from the film. There were a lot of clowns and things in it, I think. Or was that the second one? No, that was the first one, I think. There was a bit in the first one, wasn't there? Oh, I can actually angle that. Hang on a second. Oh, that's interesting. Try. Oh, there we go. I can't quite... Can I not angle that up to... No, I can't. Okay, I'll move on then. Yeah, it all seems at the moment a little bit too sort of easy. But that's probably because I'm not dying a great deal. Or I can pick that up, but that's not really... Oh, I'm dead now. Oh, I've lost a life. Wow. So I've obviously got 3 hits. I suppose Batman in the bottom left-hand corner is sort of a hitometer. The more I get hit... Oh, hang on. You can't do that. There's no one down. And run. Oh, got him. So all of a sudden it's got a bit more difficult. And there's another Batman logo in the top left, which I'm about... Oh, I can't walk into the truck. Why can't I walk into the truck? Am I dead? Game over? What? Okay, we'll try that again, shall we? No. Yeah, okay. I can route 1 and route 2. There's 2 different routes. That's interesting. It's a bit like Outrun, then you can pick which route you want to go. Ah, it's a man with a flamethrower. Oh my gosh. There we go. Nip in there before we blow it. And there's a giant hole there now, so if I go that way I'm going to fall down the hole. Now where do I go from here? Down, not down there obviously, that's instant death and you just respawn me there. So ah, look at that, I've got the ability to use a bat rope and climb up there, you see. Ah, that's interesting. Okay, where do I go now? I'm not overly keen, apart from Batman, on the look of this game. It's a bit sort of off the lamppost and down. That wasn't clever. Game over. Yeah, I think I'll probably go back to route 1. I think I remember what I was doing. That one's a bit more straightforward. Let's go back to that screen there. Yeah, we're not going to go route 2. That's obviously for seasoned players. And I am not a seasoned player on any stretch of the imagination. I remember I said at the top of the video I'm going to do 3 sort of games. Actually, I'm going to probably do a few more now because I'm whizzing through these quite quickly. Let's see if we can get to the end on this one. I've now got the ability to jump and do that and also fire the bat rope up in the air. I did a minute ago and I'll try it again now. It's still not working. Ah, there we go. Oh, I can go up there now. Can I get up there? No. Oh. How did I manage to get up there originally? Try again. Ouch. No. Okay, move on. We'll just take the bottom route and go that way. I can't see how I'm going to reach. Ah, there we go. That's better. I've still not quite worked out what those are. They've not sort of increased my power or my weapons or anything like that. So I'm not really sure what the benefit is collecting those bat icons are. Can we get up there? Yes, we can. Oh, he's done that. Oh, you know, it's taken me ages to get up there, and now you've knocked me off. I didn't need to go up there. There was no reason to go up there whatsoever, was there? Nothing up there apart from that bat symbol, which, as far as I can tell, is going to get me absolutely nothing. You're going to... Oh, no. Let's try it from here. Oh, no. Come on, I've done it once. There we go. Okay, over we go. Knock that down. Doesn't make any difference. Nothing there. I can jump over and avoid him down there. Good. Can I go up? Yep, I can. This is an easy way of doing it, just avoid all the enemies. Now, as long as I haven't got one of those sort of things where I sort of fall down and die immediately because I've fallen too far. Nope. Okay. Oh, hello. So I'm going to just keep doing this and it blows up. Well, that was a bit easy. It didn't even move. So I'm now on to the second bit of the first route. Up we go. No, down we go again. Yeah, so I mean, it's alright. I mean, the controls are a bit, I suppose, what's the word, finicky. I barely touched him. And I'm still not entirely sure what I'm meant to be doing. Oh, that looks like the end of the screen. There we go, off the end of the screen. And on to another bit. Oh, there we go. It all looks a bit samey. I'm hoping it changes as we go on. I didn't get a chance to put too much time into it. Oh, ow. Okay. Throw bombs at me then. Oh, no. Can I get close enough? No, evidently not. Okay, well, that's Batman Returns anyway. I mean, it was alright, wasn't it? I mean, it's nothing outstanding, but worth a shot. Next one up. Oh, next one up today is a game that I haven't really played an awful lot of, but I remember from back in the day was quite a... It was converted to every single major format. There was I think it got converted to the Mega Drive, certainly the Mega version, and it never quite hit home in terms of popularity. A lot of people like the arcade game, but not so many people enjoyed the home conversions. I think if anything, most people said it was a little bit on the easy side. And you have to bear with me here because I think I let the introduction run an awful long time just to try and get the stories in. But it's up to these two guys here, as you can see. It's up to you to get it from those crooked joints that are run by counterfeiters and cheating casino operators. So it's actually a sort of an ability to go into places and steal back stuff. Yeah, that's about as vague as you can possibly get, isn't it? I'm not quite sure why they're called Bonanza Brothers either. I've not quite understood that. But it's a very well-known game, and I didn't get a chance to play it back in the day, and this is actually the first time I've played it. And you go into buildings, you try and recover loot. That's the best way to describe it. Oh, in this case, the banks are going to be going after money and things like that, but at the same time avoiding detection by the guards, as you can see here. And you can also stun them and move around, but the idea is to avoid being detected because they can set up alarms and alert other people to come and sort of make sure you can't get out. And it's basically sort of working your way through the level. As you can see, I've opened the door there and the guard's got a little question mark, and now you see he got a bit concerned about that because he started running. There we go, so he's seen me and I disappeared and you can't see me, and then he's actually passed out due to the excitement. He's missed me, so you just use that to stun them, pick up what you need to do, so stop them triggering the alarms and pick up what you're after. I'm obviously not very stealthy, and my stealth levels are pretty poor. You can also, which is quite funny, open the doors on. If they're standing behind the door like the guy above, you can actually open the door and sort of flatten him against the wall so they can't see what's going on. See, that one there's got a truncheon. He's knocked me down, so I'll just get him back. There we go, pick that up. See if we can get out there. If any of you played Keystone Cops on the Atari 2600, not quite the same sort of thing, but the theme is very similar, where you've got a sort of you're trying to catch a crook who's running away, who's sort of like dropped all bits and pieces and pick those up and try and stop him escaping on the top level. This is the other thing in reverse, they're trying to stop you from doing that. You can see that I'm really not very what's the word, quiet about this. I'm a bit brazen about my stealing here. There we go. Go to exit. So you can see I've picked up what I need to do, so I now need to try and find my way out of here. Up the door, there's the exit. Just give him a quick bash on the head there we go, and out the door. So there we go. It's very simple, straightforward. The arcade game was a much more graphically enhanced version of this. This isn't too bad. It's just I suppose a touch on the easy side. I wasn't really trying very hard there and managed to make it through the first level. So as you can see, guards are different colours. Yeah, I'm just seeing if I can open the door and can I squash him behind the door? No, he's not quite in the way. I'll just move up here. Up to the first floor. Anything down here? Oh yeah, there's something there to take. He's seen me. And he's got a gun this time, which is a bit worrying. And he's come after me now. There we go. Oh, we're both down for the count there. Let's just go out here. There's another guard lurking there. And he's shooting at me. And then he's killed me. So, yeah, there we go. I think that's enough of that one now. I mean, it's alright in terms of a game. I don't think it's a particularly outstanding game at source. It's a bit of fun, I suppose, really, at the end of the day. I'll leave you to check that one out, and if you enjoy that, then that's the sort of thing for you. Not really for me. I don't think I'm going to go back and play that again anytime in the immediate future. Now, we're going to move on to a sporting game now, I think. I can just open this up. There we go. So we're now going to be playing Champions of Europe. And I've got to really sort of be honest with you. The only real sort of console football game I ever played back in the day was FIFA. I did sort of play the Pro Evolution games when the PlayStation 1 came out, but I'm talking about the 8-bit, 16-bit era. I was obviously a big Kick-Off fan when I was playing on the Amiga, and a friend of mine got Super Kick-Off for, I think it was the Master System, or it might have been the Mega Drive, I can't remember. And he sort of got me playing on it one time, and it was a completely different game. I couldn't quite get used to using the control pad as opposed to a joystick. And as you can see, this is very much a sort of Kick-Off orientated, top view down. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't think that was me. Oh, it's a penalty shootout. Okay, we'll play a penalty shootout. So I think I'm controlling the white, and I think I'm also controlling the goal, but I can't remember because I played this ages ago. But I think you'll find that all my penalties go straight down the middle because I can't work out the direction. And probably my goalkeeper is going to end up either standing completely still or moving in the wrong direction a bit late. Oh, there we go. Nearly. 2-2. If it's anything like the Caribou Cup final, we could be here a very short period of time. No substituting of goalkeepers here. Oh, under the goalkeeper, and it's in for 3-2. I'm pretty sure there's more to this, but we'll have to see how the video rolls on. There might be actually sort of a bit more. I've done the wrong way there. There we go. 3-all. Not very exciting, is it? Penalty shootouts. I mean, why on earth do you want to put penalty shootout as a mode in the game? I don't know. Fourth penalty straight down the middle. I managed to make the goalkeeper dive all the way. You've noticed that. We'll just see what happens here. Oh, we've gone the wrong way again. 4-all. Doesn't make for good viewing, does it? Got to be honest with you. Gone for the corner and in. That's 5-4. So let's see if I can save this one. Oh no, wrong way again. 5-all. Now we're into what is known as sudden death, which can't come quickly enough. I'm sure this is really riveting viewing. Oh yes, the goalkeeper's missed it. It's in. 6-5. I think by now I've got the hang of the controls. Nope, that's the wrong way again. 6-all. Tension. Oh no, he's gone the wrong. He dove the wrong way. He was straight down the middle again. Come on, keeper. Oh yes, he saved it. It's victory. Victory for Retro Bear. Wow. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, let's see. I'm just trying to mess around with it. Oh, hello. We've got some sort of. Oh, it's got Wales and England. UEFA final England. Okay. Oh, I've got the foreign version here for some. It's Sweden, France, Scotland and Cyprus, Denmark, Germany, Holland and England. So it's obviously going to simulate some matches here. Scotland have got a victory, that's unusual. 6-3 to Germany against Denmark, and then match for England against the Netherlands. And it's almost like kick-off in its view. It's the same sort of view, more or less. It's slightly angled behind the players, and as you can see, there is a in the top right hand corner a graph which gives you an idea of everybody's moving around. It was quite revolutionary to have that at the time, because most football games were sort of side on. Yeah, I'm still trying to work out how to do angled kicks and things like that. It's not quite as I couldn't quite get used to it. Oh dear. Oh, that's good, isn't it? I've actually crippled one of them. I'm trying to get an angle going here, so I'll just do that there and just see if I can. No, oh, foul. There we go. The referee's running. There's a referee on the pitch as well, isn't there? Yes, there is. Yeah, he's wearing this sort of slightly confusing. Oh, there he is. We're in after there. I think he's saying something as he goes along. I'm not sure. And what the Netherlands going to do? They're going to have a shot from there. Oh, they've scored. Oh, have they? No, he saved it. How did he manage to save? I thought it was well past him into the bottom corner. And now we're on for a run. We're in. Go on. Oh, no penalty. What? What on earth was that, referee? What a game are you watching? You're not watching this one, that's for sure. That was a definite penalty. Penalty all day long. And he's been flattened as well. And the referee just casting a blind eye to any sort of illegal play that's going on here. That's going out of play for a goal kick. Leave that alone. There we go. Yeah, if you play kick-off, you know that it was completely different. The ball didn't stick to the foot. That was the first sort of game that showed that, and that's why some people couldn't get on to it. Some people prefer sensible soccer because it's not quite like that. It's more playable, I suppose. People enjoyed that because the ball was sort of stuck to the foot a bit more. It made controlling things a bit easier. With kick-off, many people sort of weren't happy with the way the ball would sort of just roll as you were running along. But that was the idea. It's more like proper football that way. So we can get tackling there. Oh yeah, taking him out. That'll slow him down a bit. You need some Dutch courage there, but that's coming off for a throw-in. So I'm sort of struggling a little bit with a joypad playing this because I was much more used to playing kick-off with a I'll put it round there. Yeah, really sort of struggling here. I was much used to playing kick-off with a joystick, which I found much more playable. I never got used to playing kick-off with a joypad. I did load kick-off 2 up a few, probably about 2 years ago for the first time in a long time. And as I didn't have a joystick then to play the game on, and that's half time by the looks of it, I couldn't get used to playing it with a joypad. And I played a number of games where I didn't win anything, but I didn't lose any games, but an awful lot of 0-0 draws and me sort of flying around trying to use the joypad to do it. So I always much prefer to play a game like this with a joystick, so I might try and give it a go with a joystick at some point in the future. Probably not this game. And the referee just telling you how much time's gone. It's a bit weird. Let's see if we can go up this end of the pitch. It's any easier. Oh, foul. No, I think you'll find he dived. Oh, there we go. He's badly injured, and I think that's probably a good point to leave it. So, Champions of Europe, yeah, it's not great, to be honest with you. I don't know, if you've got nothing else better to do, it's probably worth a blast, but I don't think you're going to get too much out of it. Last but one game today is going to be something I didn't enjoy playing in the slightest, which is a Looney Tunes game. And I can't believe I'm saying that because I love Looney Tunes. Who doesn't love Looney Tunes? But this really was quite a poor game. I put a video up earlier of a few weeks ago of the Roadrunner game Desert Speed Trap, which suffers from incredibly slippery controls. And I'm afraid to say that this game is even worse. This is a Speedy Gonzales game. I never particularly liked Speedy Gonzales anyway, so I'm not going to be... Roadrunner was great. I mean, it looks good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, graphically it's pretty good, but it's suffers from really horrible slippery control. Speedy Gonzales, obviously, as his name speaks for itself, his sole purpose is speed. So you're obviously looking to get to the end level really quickly, but he controls so badly. And you can see I'm already dead and I'm not actually done anything. And we'll start this one again. Here we go. So you say, get out of the way. There was the best solution to run. You can actually jump on some of these and then fall down this hole here. And you can see there's little hats that you have to pick up and you're able to throw those, but you only get a limited number. That's obviously telling me I've got to go back up there for some reason. I don't know why. Perhaps that's the right way to go. I need another one of those. Oh no, another death. And it's just too hard to control. You either sort of inch along like I've been trying to do there, or you go all out and try and, oh goodness me, belt along at a great old pace, but you've got no control over the character at all. So in terms of platforming, this is about as slippery as a bar of soap. In fact, you could probably call it, more better calling it Soapy Gonzales, because that's exactly what he controls like. This will send me back up to the main part of the game, and you just got to, oh, do I pick that up and try and pick it up? There we go. It's just you can't be precise without sort of losing control. I mean, he animates very well. I mean, that's you know, his little tail goes and it's all really good and it looks really nice, but you're just sort of one leap away from running into something like a hole in the ground, and all of a sudden I'm now packed in, I've run out of sombreros. There's one there. There we go, I'll get that one. Oh, that was a bit lucky. Can I, I've just thrown that one away. What's that there? That might be a one-up or something, I don't know. Oh, can I get up there and then back out again? Yes, and up and out. And back up here again. So yeah, this was not a good game playing experience. It looks great, but I mean, in all honesty, what's the point in making the game look that good if it's too difficult to control? As you can see, after all that, I'm back at the bloody start. So as far as I'm concerned, Cheese Catastrophe is exactly that, but a catastrophe because it's just a missed opportunity rather than the fact that it's anything to do with cheese. If it's anything to do with cheese, it'd be a lot better. So I'm going to move along from this one and take us to the final game I'm showing you today, which is an all-time favourite of mine, but I haven't played it for a long time. And again, I mentioned him before. Retro Dude has also picked this up. I think he's actually picked up the original version. This is me playing on emulation. This is Dynamite Ducks, a game which is about ducks which are dynamite. I've actually sort of skipped the opening sequence here, and as you can see, it's a really cute looking game. Oh no, that's the, there we go. I was actually that was a demo about the start. So this is the start of it. This girl's playing in the field, and then somebody comes along behind her in the bushes, puts her in a giant bubble, turns her boyfriend into a duck. You know, regular common occurrences, and then the idea is you go through a series of levels, and you've got this ability to use a giant punch, which you can use by holding the fire button to generate a bigger punch. And it's just like, you know, you go knock the dogs, the disembodied dogs, out of the way. There's a stone up there which I'll go pick it up. It gives you an opportunity to throw things. There we go. And it's really weird because you can't, wherever you aim it, it sort of ends up hitting what you're throwing at. That appears to be nowhere near where I was going there. It looks like it's going round the back, but it actually hits them square on the head. Some more disembodied moves. Here's a fox with a bazooka. No, it's not a bazooka, is it? It's, what's those things called? Oh, mortar, that's it. And then there's a wolf with appears to be wearing lipstick. It was on roller skates, I think. Might be a cat, I don't know. But it's a real sort of, it's the sort of thing that platforming games sort of thrived upon when they made them back in the day. Oh, here's a bazooka now, so you can actually... what on earth was that? Ugh, I have got no idea what that was. I'm pretty sure that was another level that's a pig in a shopping trolley. But you see, I've got a bazooka, which makes life a bit more easier as long as I don't keep getting hit and dropping at it. I played this back on the Amiga in the day. I used to love playing this game because it was, to be honest with you, it was a bit easy. I'm really struggling here. You can see I've got a life bar down the bottom left hand corner, which is only so far half depleted. Now this is, I think, the end of or mid-level boss or something like that, so the idea is to try and put him out while he spits fire at you and avoid being hit. But again, it's difficult to notice where these sort of fire balls are being thrown because the angles aren't quite as good as they should do. I'm sort of making a really bad job of this. I used to be really good at this game back in the day. It was a favourite of mine to keep playing, so there we are. I'm taking care of him. I'll now move on. And you can see I can't go that way because there's a barrier in the way, so I'm going to go down here and just lob stones in a general direction, pick up that giant sandwich. That looked nice, didn't it? Sandwiches. And now I've got crocodiles with boxing gloves. Of course. What else would they be? And there's loads of them down here because it's obviously in the... So see that one throw took 3 of them out, so either all standing in a line or... Oh no, we're out of stones now. Oh, there's a gun down there. I get the gun before I die. And there's something else with a giant sandwich. Just got out of the way of that in time. There's a bazooka. I'll have that again, thank you. Whoa, that moves at a great rate of knots. Bang. There we go, bang. Oh, hot dog. Away. Oh, speaking of hot dogs, here's some angry dogs. They've got teeth this time. There we go, up this bit here. I mean, it's got the whole look of it is just lovely, isn't it? I mean, it's exactly what you expect from a platforming game, full of cuteness and colour and animals with weapons. That's exactly what you want. Now, I think this is the end level boss. Yep, it's a giant rock creature. And I think the idea is to keep shooting at it, and I've run out of those. And then you break the rocks up, which will give you access to get inside. But I'm got quite. It's been ages since I played this. Oh, there we go, and just dying. I don't think you can see the rocks there are beginning to crack. So obviously I've managed to hit some things. And there we go. There's 2 down. Probably a bit too far away now. Bang. No. I'm about to run out of life. Oh, there we go. And down we go. It should automatically start. There we go. So I've got 1. See if I can get this finished. 1 power up to go. Oh, there's another one gone. Down to 5. Oh no. You'd have thought as less of them I'd get less chance of being hit. But that doesn't appear to be the case. I'll try and stand over here. No. Bang. Missed them all. Oh, 2 more are gone. The question is now, what's going to go first, him or me? Place your bets now. If you're betting on the duck, I don't fancy your chances. Oh, there we go. See? Have I got 1 more left? Yes, I have. Oh, there we go. Yes, we've done it. And then what you do is you go on to the next level. It's really sort of like migraine, epileptic-inducing sequence there, which takes you. I think the Amiga version has like a duck going, something like that. Anyway, I can't remember. I could have just made that up. I'm not entirely sure. So next level, more of the same. Just avoid that. Oh, some bombs there. Let's see. You expect some sort of. There we go. Didn't throw it in the general. Just threw it in the general. Oh, there we go. Hawaiian pigs. I think they're Hawaiian anyway. They could be Japanese, maybe. I don't know. Come on, just throw that bomb in the general direction of no one. And there we go. And just chuck another one out. Yep, nowhere near him, and it just explodes. I think that's why some people said it's a bit too easy. It's nowhere near him. Nowhere near him. Look at that. Oh. Oh dear. Oh, it's another blinking thing. Oh, I don't know. Oh, it's split up now. I don't remember this at all. What am I meant to be doing? I've got no idea. So anyway, that's me failing miserably at Dynamite Ducks, and that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, that completes my little roundup of Master System games that I've played in the last 12 months, which I recorded ages ago, and have just decided to put this video out there and hope you've enjoyed it, which I hope you have done. If you have done, please feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and also ring the bell for any more notifications for more videos of me really playing games badly. Hopefully I've learnt my lesson now, and not going to put up videos which I'm not checked before I do anyway, to make sure they're okay. Anyway, if you've really enjoyed that, I do hope that once again we'll see you soon. But take care, bye for now.